パスワードを設定してください。
おちんちん祭り
It is a very common thing in romance anime to have this average generic main character who is just there to fall in love and remind us that we aren't lucky enough to date anime girls. So sad. The reason for this is so that we can focus on the female cast rather than focusing on the male cast. Or at least that's what I think. But then there are the true legends. These are the guys who punch the villain, get the girl, and then have 10 kids and tell them all about how I met your mom. So here are 10 anime where the overpowered main character gets the girl. Remember when you thought the COVID pandemic was dangerous? But wait, this time there is a freaking pandemic conquering the whole galaxy, so it's much worse. That's right, folks, so when aliens land on Earth, they'll be wearing masks too. But the US military doesn't have to worry about this, because we have cute girls battling the virus in overpowered robot suits. Huh? Why can't we do that on our planet as well? We can call these girls the COVID Busters. You know, like the Ghostbusters. Whatever, moving on. Because when it comes to Macross Delta, all you need to know, there is a virus, there are 2 kingdoms, there is a war, there are Valkyrie plots, but everyone here is overpowered. What more do you need? The male character here is just part of the main cast, but when you are overpowered, who cares? Even if you are a side character, you just need to enter the scene, fight some cool robots, get the girl, and run away. I want to do that. The CGI here is not the best out there, but that won't stop you from enjoying this blue-haired dude flexing his muscles. Okay, 2 legendary warriors meet a white-haired witch who tells them to find her father's bones so she can get a proper burial. Heard this before? No? Yes? Maybe? Well, Hitsugi No Chalka may look like every Power Fantasy fan's generic Power Fantasy premise, but you need to actually watch the show to find out how awesome it is. For example, the story's twists and turns right in the correct moment, but also make sure to not make the narrative more complex. Trust me, this is a surprise for me as well, because it is rare to find the underrated action romance anime that actually has a plot without all those cliches and overpowered moments. But Hitsugi No Chalka knows how to add the right amount of flavor in everything to create a fantasy adventure with some really great characters. Once again, extra emphasis on the characters. Remember High School of the Dead? Remember Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress? Now remove all the gory slugfests of those anime and replace the main cast with an overpowered protagonist and a girl carrying a baseball bat. Yes, that's right. For the first time in anime history, we have an anime about defeating the impending apocalypse with baseball bats and short skirts. Once again, this is an anime we're speaking about, so if you find this weird, then you shouldn't be watching this video in the first place. Haha! But all jokes aside, this anime is like a love letter for all the weebs around the world, like me. You've got game references, fan service, manga references, computer fan service, maid cafes, vampires, and yeah, more fan service. Our main character also transforms into a half vampire midway throughout the show, and then becomes hella overpowered. Yeah, that's not cliche at all.
大丈夫ですか、お嬢様。
Yes, welcome to the most controversial show of fall 2019, and the only anime that made us ask, what happens if you make a crossover between Assassin's Creed and Genshin Impact? We've got one assassin getting an overdone character arc by deciding whether to assassinate this little girl or protect her because this anime badly needs a plot for its 12 episodes. Do not worry, because we've got the perfect overpowered protagonist going on and doing overpowered stuff and making sure the FBI has another reason to invade Japan. Assassin's Pride may not be the perfect tale out there, but I feel like it does a lot of things right when it comes to the overpowered romance genre. You won't get anything new in here, but who cares? It's all about overpowered! But you'll see once again how that one dude who got kicked from the Assassin's Creed franchise gets into the anime and then gets the girl. Good for him. Ah, yes. I remember when my girlfriend also sprouted out butterfly wings and flew off to Disneyland. And then I caught her with a giant net and said, "No, girl, you ain't leaving." That sounded funnier in my head. But anyways, Sayori-ran's childhood doesn't fly off to Disneyland. She simply gets her memory erased, so we can once again watch the "oh wait, who are you and why the hell am I here" story for the zillionth time. Okay, I just kidding. The story's actually pretty good. The premise may be something that was done a million times, but Tsubasa Chronicles knows how to make some good character templates. Change a few personalities and appearances here and there, and then say, voila! Here we have one epic fantasy anime with an awesome Kajiura soundtrack. Also, the animation here is done really well. And if you remove those filler arcs that were thrown in between the story, then this will definitely be a fantasy must-watch anime for all the fantasy nerds.
よくわかったわ。
シルーカ様。
こうなったらもうやけよ。
Finally, politics, don't you love them? I actually kind of like politics. I mean, come on, we all love politicians. Go Donald Trump! I didn't say that. If you hate them, that's because they aren't cute anime girls. Meet Sulika Meledes, a girl who wears a skimpy outfit but knows how to conquer a kingdom in one night. Sulika is one of those female anime characters like, come on, she is smart, witty, cunning, and finally feels like an anime is creating great female characters without cardboard cutouts. You know, the female characters that come along with good writing. Like Historia from Attack on Titan or Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. Sulika is a lot similar to that, but the problem is that she latches onto this overpowered green-haired dude so much sometimes that it makes her character look like Mikasa Ackerman 2.0, so desperate for attention. So yeah, if you've been watching anything up until now, I've basically been saying watch this anime because of Sulika Meledes, and then there's this overpowered guy too. But Sulika is the best girl! Really, she is. I recently spoke about this anime, but I feel like it should be added to this list as well. Remember that anime with the girl who tried to kill the main character? When all he wanted to do was to invite a girl into his home? Yeah. Human lust always paves the way to trouble and babies. And don't quote me on that because I want to see all my fanbase married and happy someday. Okay, back to the anime. So our main character has a power. He hasn't realized it. He has a sister. He goes to the world is getting a destroyed. New transfer student. A floating girl. Weird colors. Fan service. The sister gets shot. The main character is a psycho. This Tsundere is the main character. There's going to be a cool robot war, and did you catch all that? I'm not sure if I did. Yeah, I just summarized the whole first episode. You're welcome. If that's too confusing, yeah, that's because it's a flaw in this anime. Duh. But come on, you are here for the fights, not to make sure that the story makes sense. So go watch the anime. Yes, this time we have Sherlock Holmes with guns. Awesome. I'm not kidding, one of the main characters' names literally has the word Holmes in it. This anime is like the Bungo Stray Dog's bastard child who ran away from home and started dating Shakugan no Shana. I mean, come on, you've got mystery, action, a badass duo, cute moments, sad moments, funny moments. It's like an anime wild ride that gives everything we need and leaves nothing behind. And this anime introduces not one, but two overpowered main characters who know how to have a gunfight just like inside the cantina from Star Wars. Hidan No Aria is a better version of Assassin's Pride, with its themes kicking in at the end of the story and showing how anime can craft a great story out of a simple premise. What can I say? This is a must-watch.
お前ふざけんなよ。人に改造手術まで施して体を傷物にした責任取れよ。具体的にはいい手術になるから当然させてください。ちゃんと順に話をするんだった。 Another isekai from the same author of Konosuba? Yes. Does this mean we get witty comedy with all those anime cliches twisted and turned in new ways to make the show all the more interesting? No, but to a certain extent. Combatants Will Be Dispatched doesn't have that same level of comedy as Konosuba, but it is still way better than most isekai anime I've watched. I mean, this girl kisses this dude thinking he wanted a kiss and then proceeds to kill him because that's not exactly what he wanted. Similar to that, this show is shadowed with many small moments that make the show really interesting. The main cast is definitely a crew that you'll remember, with each of them standing out because of their quirks. This girl is too noble but is a thief. This loli is a genius but can kill you with her sarcasm. And our main character may get kicked a lot but still knows how to be a badass Iron Man when he gets access to his suit. Yeah, it's the perfect isekai wild ride.
生きていたきゃみんな忘れろってことかよ。聖も。
Finally. The legend of all overpowered main characters arrives on the stage. Okay, perhaps that position should go to Issei or even Yuji from Fruits of Grisaya, but since one of them is popular and the other one basically has been in all of my harem anime watch lists, this time let's take a look at Arata. That one guy who always gets into the wrong situation at the wrong time, but can still come out as a badass because he's overpowered and he has a witty tongue. Trinity 7 is also an anime that looks like it has a basic low fantasy magic system, but oh my gosh, you should check out its wiki pages to see how detailed its magic system is. Even though I still have doubts about the 2 movies that got released, the original series is still one of my favorites out there. And yeah, it's one of those shows that never really got a second season. So hang in there, kids. Perhaps someday our dream will come true.